morning, Tottenham fans. The weekend's football has finished. Tottenham have ended up third in the league, equal second, 1 goal difference separating us from second place. 5 points off top as Liverpool won all their games. So not a bad ending to week 5. 5 games in, we're third place. If you gave that to me at the start of the season, I would have bit your hand off for it. So we're in and around where we need to be. We're in and around where we want to finish in the league. So all good so far. Lots of positives to take as well. There's lots of debates going on Twitter at the moment, which I want to discuss with you guys and give you my views on them. And today's video is going to be about that. So one of them was, why did Thomas Frank drop those players? He cost us points. So I'm going to talk about that. I'm also going to talk about, has the door opened up for a top 4 finish now regarding other teams dropping off, or teams that we thought would be up there are not actually up there at the moment. Lots can change within 1 week. Lots can change in 2 weeks. There's a Udogie and Spence debate. Who should be our number 1 choice at left back? I'll discuss that as well. And do we need our strikers back, as Richarlison's playing every game and his levels are dropping off? Even though he's scoring still, his levels are dropping off, especially when it comes to linking up play. And we have a problem on the left-hand side. But I'll give you my views on why we should give a certain player time and a run of games to solve that problem, at least up until January, to see what happens. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. I'm only 100 away now from 3,000 subscribers, which for me is insane. I didn't even think I'd get 100 subscribers when I first started this, so I'm massively overwhelmed, and thank you to everyone that supported this channel so far. 72% of you that watch this channel regularly are still not subscribed. Please do it. It would mean the world to me. Thank you very much. Now, let's get into this video. So Frank was getting the blame for dropping the players against Brighton on the weekend, and he cost us points apparently. That's what some people are saying. But my view on this is, we've been asking for so long for a squad. We've wanted to be able to rotate players, and this is not dropping, and rotating is the key word here. You need to be able to rotate your players. And what he did was, we played Saturday at West Ham, then we played Villarreal midweek, and then we had to play Brighton away at the weekend. That's 3 games within 7 days. He has to rotate the team at some point. I think he didn't do much rotation between Saturday and midweek, so he had to do it at some point, and he chose the Brighton game, which for me is the best decision. Get the points under the belt against a London derby away at West Ham. Then you've got a Champions League game, which was very important. You have to pick one of those wings, and I think he picked the right decision in Brighton. And the players that we're talking about is Xavi Simons. He rotated him to the bench. He kept Richarlison, but Richarlison was literally, he had no choice because Mawani took a knock in warm-up and he couldn't play either. And Udogie played instead of Spence. And a lot of people were saying Spence would have stopped that goal, but there's no proof of that whatsoever, that Spence would have stopped Mintar going in and scoring that goal, that first goal. So I think Udogie done a very good job. I think he's one of the best players on the pitch. Xavi came on off the bench and actually changed the game and nearly could have won it for us near the end as well. So technically that was a good decision, bringing him on towards the end. And there's no proof whatsoever, if Xavi started that game, that he would have started as good, because Brighton started off very, very strongly. He came on when Brighton were a bit more tired and a bit more defensive minded because they were trying to hold a lead. And Xavi came on and changed the game there. So, you know, Richarlison as well, I thought he had quite a poor performance, but he still managed to get a goal, and, you know, we can't knock him for that. So it's not dropping. Let's try and get that out of our head. For so long we've needed a squad, and he rotated it, and we got an away point at Brighton. The last 2 years we've gone there without a squad, and we've lost because we've not been able to bring in any decent players off the bench to try and change the game. Once they went ahead, there's nothing we could have done because we didn't have the players to do it. Now we have. So rotation was key against Brighton, and it nearly got us the win. So it's rotation, not dropping. That's all I'm saying. So has the door opened up for top 4? For me, Chelsea played Man United yesterday. I watched the game. Looked very, very poor. Yeah, they got a player sent off after 6 minutes. That does not help, and it does make a massive difference to your tactics and the way you approach the game. I understand that. But then Man United got a player sent off as well. And in the second half, Chelsea still looked poor. They really did. I know Cole Palmer had to come off as well because he got injured again, and he's very much injury prone. But with all the players that Chelsea have bought, and they've bought two first 11s, easily they have. But they look average. They looked very average against Man United. And Man United deserved that win that day. Man United had more fight. Man United were the better side. Man United had better chances. Chelsea's goalkeeper is absolutely atrocious, and most Chelsea fans will tell you that. So Chelsea, who were nailed on for top four now, for me, just going on the first 5 games, not nailed on for top four anymore. They really aren't. Man United, I don't think they're going to finish in the top 4 either. Newcastle, who I thought was nailed on for at least top 5, they've massively dropped off at the minute. They're only on about 13th or 14th in the league at the minute. So I think it's opened up the door, especially for a team of Spurs who've had such a good start. If we can stay consistent, the door has opened for us to have a chance of hitting into that top 4 now. And so far, we have not even hit second gear yet. I think Brighton was the best game we've played in a long time, especially attacking wise. And I think it's only going to get better with Solanke coming back and Mawani coming back. 2 forward players that can help rotate Richarlison, because Richarlison really does need to be rotated. We can't play Richarlison week in, week out because his levels drop massively. He's great at coming in, scoring a couple of goals, getting subbed off. That's perfect for me, but he can't be playing 90 minutes every single week and midweek as well. So I'm so glad Solanke and Mawani are coming back. Now, there's a Udogie and Jed Spence debate going on who should be starting. Well, Udogie played excellent against Brighton, in my opinion. He gives you that natural width on the left because he's left-footed and his movement's different. His link-up play's different. He linked up really well with Odegaard. And I'll come on to Odegaard in a minute because Odegaard wasn't as bad as people were saying. And Udogie just gives you that left-hand side dominance that Spence can give you it defensively, but Udogie gives you it defensively and going forward. Spence is okay at going forward, but it's not his side. I think if Spence was on the right-hand side, then he would affect the game a lot more going forward. But it's a brilliant, this is the thing for me, it's a brilliant problem to have. You've got 2 brilliant left backs. Both can do a really good job. And for me, it doesn't matter who's playing. I think they both will do a great job. They both give you something different. And if one is tiring, you can bring another one off and the levels don't drop at all. So I think that's a brilliant problem to have. So and talk about problems, if you talk about our left-hand side as well, people are saying that's our weak part, and I agree with them. I think the left-hand spot has not been taken by anybody yet, but Odegaard didn't do himself any justice at all. I think he worked very hard. His pressing was good. He done a few runs at defenders. He didn't contribute as in assists and goal threats or anything like that, but it's his first game in a long time, first start in a long time. So we need to he's a player that you need to give a run of games to. If you give him a run of games, see what he can do. If he can't impress after 6-7 games of playing, then we can start thinking, right, can Tell do it? Give Tell 6-7 games, see what he can do. If we get to January and neither have impressed at all, then we can sign a Savinho and say, look, get that guy in. We need that left-hand side sorted. And I think that will help people like Richarlison and Solanke. If you've got Savinho, Kudus and Xavi in the middle, then all of a sudden, Richarlison just has to stay up there and just get fed the ball. We don't need him to do all this hold-up play all the time. Just give it to those 3 players and let them run at the defence. And Richarlison would then do what he does best and score goals. Same with Solanke, same with Mawani. Even though Mawani's brilliant at taking on players as well. I can't wait to see him playing as well. And one last thing, just a little bit of bonus. Xavi needs to stay in that 10. Xavi needs to stay in that 10. He was absolutely superb when he came on against Brighton. He caused them all sorts of problems. He's technically so good. He's so good at spinning off with the ball. He's very hard to mark, and he just brings other players into the game too. He was opening it up even more for Udogie. Kudos was having a field day on the other side. But when Kudos and Xavi started linking up, that looked very awesome, and I can't wait for that to carry on as well. That would be brilliant. So lots and lots of positives again to talk about today. I like talking about positives because there is a lot. You know, I know it's disappointing we got a point, and you're thinking that we could have got that victory, and it's disappointing to go 2-0 down, but we clawed it back. We showed fight. We showed we can come from behind, because a lot of people were saying that if you're 1-0 up, that's when Spurs are at their strongest, but we were still good when we were 2-0 down. So that's another positive to take. I honestly think there's a lot more. I think there's another gear Spurs can go up. I think when the front four all start connecting together, if they can all stay fit, with Solanke, Mawani coming back, I really think we're going to be a massive threat going forward. Just remember what Frank's done with forward players at Brentford. He really got them gelling and scoring lots of goals, and I think he can do that with our forward players too. If he does that and we keep our defenders fit and keep them solid, we're going to be a match for anyone. And our next game, I think, is against Wolves, I think, as well. So we've got Doncaster, obviously, in the Cup. That's going to be interesting. I like to see a massive rotation for that. Get the Archie Grays in there, the Dansos and all them sort of people, Ben Davis. Get all them playing as well, so they get game time. Hopefully we still get the win over line. Hopefully Mawani can get some game time against Doncaster as well. And then I think we've got Wolves at home, which is a very winnable game. I don't think they've won a game all season. I don't even think they've got a point all season. I'm not sure, but I know they're bottom. They just lost to Leeds as well. It's a game that we should win. They are a bogey side, but hopefully this time we can smash them. And we have a chance again of staying in that top three. If we can do that, there's so many more positives to take. Let me know in the comments what you think of today's video. Is there anything you want to add to the debate that I've just added? Thank you for watching. Really much appreciate your support. Come on, you Spurs.